Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. I'm gonna talk about a few other things that are going on as well. So this comes from Blue Hawk Legend. Bank of Korea to launch CBDC payment trial in supermarkets. So this is set to start in December. 100,000 participants will be part of this test. Retail partnerships and global initiatives like Project Agora highlight the broader impact of this digital shift. Now, because this is happening in Korea, I'm sure XRP is involved. In Korea, you can already buy things with XRP, and Project Agora comes from the BIS. And most of the BIS white papers all include Ripple and XRP already. I'm anticipating this being very big at the end of this year. And here's a fun fact. Korea is nonstop buying up XRP, currently paying $1.70 per XRP. That was back in 2021. You know, most likely they were also buying near the all-time high back in 2018 when XRP achieved $3.84. You know, there's a lot of holders that bought above $3. Think about that. And I see people complaining because they were buying at 50 cents. Bankers are looting the world. You're not in the middle of a recession. You're in the middle of a robbery. Frankie Boyle on Bitcoin. Now, here's what I don't understand. I see all these Bitcoiners. They're always saying, oh, look at Bitcoin. It's worth $69,000 or it's worth $63,000. They're always valuing it in US dollars. But what are US dollars really worth anymore? I always said we're never going to be valuing XRP in dollars. At some point, XRP is going to be so valuable, you're going to be valuing it in things that you can buy with it. In other words, maybe 100 XRP will buy you a Lambo at some point. But, you know, they are right. Bankers are looting the world. And the recession is only going to get worse. I expect higher inflation. I expect most of the middle class wealth to be wiped away. It's already on that path. Most people's savings are already gone. And most of the people that I know that have money, they're investing in gold and silver right now if they don't like crypto. But that's what's coming. And that's why I always said it's going to get far worse before it gets better. Chase abruptly shut 7 branches in just 1 week, amid total closures of 14 from major U.S. banks. The bank closures, the branch closures are going to continue to happen. The banks are not a safe place to keep your money in. At any moment, the banks could start collapsing out, and there's not going to be bailouts this time. You are going to witness bail-ins. That's where the bank locks the door and the ATMs don't work. And then you get to fill out an FDIC form. And the FDIC cannot back your money if a handful of banks start collapsing at the same time. And this is part of the Great Reset. They're going to consolidate the banks. Cyber attacks could spell the end for Tether. A report from the European Parliamentary Research Service highlights the instability of Tether, pointing to several potential triggers for its collapse. One major threat, a large-scale cyber attack. And what else do we always hear about as XRP holders? About the Great Reset, a massive cyber attack. So according to the report, Tether's commercial paper holdings may exceed those of the largest money markets in the US and EU. This is highly abnormal because money markets are tightly regulated to ensure they have enough liquidity to handle redemptions. In contrast, Tether operates with little regulation while holding a massive amount of debt, raising serious concerns about its transparency, safety, and liquidity. A cyber attack could trigger mass redemptions, pushing Tether to the brink as users rush to exchange their tokens for cash, forcing the company to prove its reserves. The possibility of Tether collapsing due to a cyber attack is especially alarming, as institutions like the IMF have ranked cyber attacks among the top 3 economic risks for 2024. We've seen how many cyber attacks already this year. I'm telling you, they are setting up for the fall of Tether. MiCA regulations set to transform cryptocurrency landscape. MiCA's implementation is expected to bring legitimacy and regulatory clarity to the crypto industry. The new regulations will also require crypto exchanges to delist non-compliant stablecoins. Non-compliant digital assets have no future. They will be delisted and their trading volume will plummet. Although this change will be disruptive at first, as outlined below, stability will soon follow as new regulatory protections take effect. And they already have everything they need for this to happen. So this is coming December 2024. And that could be the next Black Swan event in crypto in the middle of a massive run. And that's why I always said, get your crypto off the exchanges. And if you're holding USDT, I would definitely get it either put into some cryptocurrency and then move it off the exchanges, or get it into USDC, or maybe Ripple's new stablecoin once it goes live. JP Morgan was invested in Diddy's PPP loan company and partnered with the National Bankers Association, whose CEO is also ex-JP Morgan. Now JP Morgan is linked to both Epstein and Diddy. But yet JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, is always the one saying, we need to get rid of crypto. Crypto is no good. I'll tell you what's no good. JP Morgan Chase. They're always tied to illicit activity. We've seen it time and time again. World economy faces pressure similar to 1920s slump, warns Christine Lagarde. So she's saying that the world economy looks the same as it did back in the Great Depression. And I'm sure they already know that they're expecting this current system to come crashing down. This way they can usher in the new system, the CBDC system. Warning, buying conditions have collapsed, now reaching levels only seen 2 times since 1960, 1974, and 1981. Both ended in a recession. People don't feel like buying homes. But who wants to buy a house? Average U.S. home price is now at 7.2 times the median household income, a new record. And we're going to see another new record there as well. I was just talking to somebody that invests in real estate just a few days ago, and they're saying, oh, I expect house prices to go up another 50%. I argued it. I said, I think we're going to watch that bubble come crashing down. That's going to pop. We are going to see home prices come crashing down. Nobody's buying these homes because they're way too priced. They're outpricing an entire generation of people. And a lot of this is because you have corporations bidding against you when you go to bid on a house. That's why I said, you want to fix this? All you have to do is tell these corporations, listen, you're only allowed to have a certain amount of real estate on your balance sheet. So once you exceed a certain amount, you have to sell something off before you can buy more. Watch how fast the house prices come down. So we won't be driving cars anymore is what our government is saying, since we all got all of our cars from those 2 countries. US proposes ban on smart cars with Chinese and Russian technology. Now look at when they plan for this to take effect. So model year 2027 and the hardware ban for model year 2030. This looks like it's in line with Agenda 2030. And I said it multiple times in the past. Vintage cars are going to be worth a fortune in the future. A vehicle that doesn't have some sort of tracking system or computerized system inside of it is going to be worth a lot of money because people are going to want those type of vehicles. I picture like maybe those old 68 Camaros or those, muscle cars of way back when. Those will be worth astronomical amounts of money. But your basic pickup truck is even going to be worth a lot of money if it's prior to the computer era. Here's the anti-gravity car I mentioned before. There will be air taxis also that use rotors, but who will want to use that when you have this? The future is closer than you think. $300,000 flying car granted certification by the FAA. This also comes from Blue Hawk Legend. They're setting up for poor people to have to take taxis and Ubers. And anybody that has a vehicle, again, that vehicle is going to be worth a fortune, especially if it's gas powered. Because there's a lot of people that won't buy an EV. People aren't falling for this whole EV push. Then there's this. People keep saying technology and AI is not expanding. 3 Mile Island, the site of the worst accident in U.S. commercial nuclear power plant history, is going back online to power Microsoft AI. Like I said, AI is way beyond where we think it is. I think it's so advanced that anything you see in a movie is most likely where we actually are with AI. But this shows you that AI is not slowing down. The digital age is not slowing down. I keep seeing people say, oh, well, that's 10 years away. That's 10 years away. No, it's not. Everything that we see is only a couple of years away. Even that whole idea of them outlawing, anything coming from China and Russia, that's most likely going to happen in 2027, maybe 2028. Agenda 2030 is no longer Agenda 2030. You could shed at least 2 years off of that. Because all you got to do is look at what's going on around the world. Look at how fast the BRICS are pushing ahead with digital currency. They want to go to a gold-backed digital currency. The U.S. has no choice but to go in that same direction. So whenever you see Russia or China fast-tracking, the U.S. also has to fast-track. The rest of the world also has to fast-track. So as XRP holders, if you think it's going to take until 2030 for us to get rich off of our XRP, you could shed a couple years off of that. And if you're looking for a 3-digit XRP to start cashing out, that could happen as early as next year, this current run, because everybody's expecting that. And if it doesn't happen in this next run, I expect it to happen sometime by the end of 2025, early 2026. That's how close we actually are. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.